It is necessary to enhance and enrich the number of semen banks, properly trained manpower, infrastructure for monitoring blood levels of crossbreed cows, and the availability of good quality and proven bulls. Also, we need to add more than 30,000 AI centers before the 11th plan period. In order to active the progress, it may be established in public-private partnership mode to provide efficient doorstep quality breeding services to farmers. Embryo transfer has to be commercialized and made into an economically viable proposition. Patenting of crossbreeds through DNA markers for adaptation may be considered in the short term. Let us go to next point, feed and nutrition. Feed accounts for almost 60% of the cost input for milk production and has a direct bearing of the yield of the cattle. Presently, the primary feed for cattle is crop residue and seasonal fodder, because of which the yield, particularly the crossbreed animals, has been low in lean seasons. The area under cultivated fodder production is limited only 4.6% of the total cultivable land in India. It is essential to increase fodder production by increased area under cultivation by 12% of the total cultivable land. Also, there is a need to carry out research for dryland fodder production and production techniques. Other research and invention carried out by the various agencies may be found out, and its suitability offers adaptation in Indian environment, such as straw soaked in urea water, appropriate feeding system for buffaloes and cattle, medicated urea molasses blocks for parasite control, agroforestry system of livestock production, and the use of herbal anti-helminths in cattle, genetic characterization of livestock, laboratory-based feed evaluation system, feeding system using unconventional low-cost feeds, and integrated rice forage production may be considered. Apart from that, an appropriate management intervention has to be focused towards increasing average milk production per cow per day, increasing lactation length, decreasing age to first calving, and decreasing calving interval could expect to triple the yield and average income. The utilization of grasslands and wasteland for fodder cultivation was expected to take place only in the medium to long term because of social factors associated with the development of such lands. Apart from that, large quantity of oil cakes is being exported. Consequently, the price of groundnut cake, soya extraction, rapeseed extraction, and sunflower extraction has increased by 60 to 66% in the last 1 year. This has resulted in the increased cost of the feeding and maintenance of milk cattle, resulting in increased cost of production. Recently, I have come across an effective method of removing the toxicity from Jatropha oil cake, which could become the feed for the cattle. According to the International Dairy Federation, the farmers in India get paid lowest price for their produce in the world. There is already developing a situation of crisis, and dairy farmers find it more profitable to sell off buffaloes, since export of meat is fetching good price due to its export initiative by the government. We need to come out with the policies which will enrich the feed and nutrition of the cattle at an affordable price. Let us see the cattle health. India has 283 million cattle, which is the largest in the world. India now occupies number 1 position in the world in respect of a milk production and 4th position in egg production. But based on the comparative analysis of a milk yield in various countries, for instance, shows that milk yield per cattle in major milk producing countries is 6 to 12 times higher than India. It is largely due to the presence of large number of unproductive cattle in India, scarcity of feed resources. In this connection, it is better to study the model created by Baba Sri Bhattacharya Maharaj in the desert area of Pokhran. His ashram is providing shelter